Hello everyone, and welcome to day 230 of Project 365. Please excuse the exuberantly joyous, loud music that you're probably hearing as I'm speaking. This is because outside there's a pool party going on, and I don't feel like going out there. But I do feel like talking about something, and I have to thank Edible Napalm for showing me this, because it is probably the stupidest thing. And I mean, I've seen some pretty damn stupid things, but this is by far the stupidest thing I've ever heard said, uh, in terms of the Pope speaking, because Mr. Nazi Youth himself went ahead and invoked Godwin's Law, um, and this is the quote, and then I'll go ahead and go through and refute it. Even in our own lifetime, we can recall how Britain and her leaders stood against a Nazi tyranny that wished to eradicate God from society and denied our common humanity to many, especially the Jews, who were thought unfit to live. I also recall the regime's attitude toward Christian pastors and religious people, I'm assuming, who spoke the truth in love, opposed the Nazis, and paid for that opposition with their lives. As we reflect on the sobering lessons of the atheist extremism of the 20th century, let us never forget how the exclusion of God, religion, and virtue from public life leads ultimately to a truncated vision of man and of society, and thus to a reductive vision of the person and his destiny. Yeah. So this is the Pope talking. Now, I'm not sure where he gets this lovely disillusionment about the Nazis not exactly being religious, because from my understanding, they were actually, what was it? Christian? In fact, that was much of Hitler's justification. It came from the Bible. So let's not disillusion ourselves there, Mr. Pope, because what you're doing there is you're pulling a straw man, and you're also appealing to the majority here. This is complete and utter bullshit, and your argument is failing because of that. So basically, what you're saying is that by eliminating religion, we are thereby truncating the vision of man, or basically saying that man becomes useless and that man loses purpose without religion. For your information, religion actually loses its purpose without man. If you don't have a person believing in a religion, religion doesn't really stand on its own. It sort of just stands there as an idea, not as this grandiose organization that it is today. But let's look at this. You're really using an argument here that so many others have had. This is an argument where they look at the extremist view without taking into consideration the views of the moderates or of individuals who don't exactly hold the same ideologies. Let's even say that Hitler was an atheist. I'm not saying that that's 100% because, from my understanding, he wasn't. Let's assume he is an atheist. Just because one man who had so many other influences outside of religion to go ahead and do these acts, does it automatically mean that the eradication, so to speak, of God would lead to a less fulfilling life? I'm not sure what gives you the right to make this assumption, but you can go violate yourself with corncob holders and a rusty rake at the same time. That seems like the most fun for you, sir, instead of touching little boys, because yeah. Anyway, I thought I would share that with you guys because I thought it was pretty funny as an atheist. I found it kind of hilarious that he would actually say something like that. And not only say something like that, but with adding Hitler to the argument now. Anyway, it's very silly. Very, very silly. Question for you guys, out of curiosity. What is the most... Okay, what is the most interesting quote you've ever heard that's based on falsehoods or straw men? If you don't know what a straw man is, it's basically fighting against an argument that your opponent doesn't hold. Sort of like how a lot of Christians, when debating atheists, will go into Big Bang cosmology and say, how did nothing create something? Um, it's a straw man because of the fact that with Big Bang cosmology, there really wasn't ever nothing. There was the singularity that led to the explosion, that led to the creation of time and space and matter. It was all condensed into one thing, and that's the singularity. So that's a straw man. It wasn't nothing. I mean, it's still kind of stupid. It's still kind of like God, but whatever. Anyway, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's your question. Bye. Because I am rambling, and that's not a good thing.